Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Wednesday, July 15th, 2015, around 7:24 in the evening, Billerica, Massachusetts. Cloudy out. We could have a passing thunder shower. It's cooler now, and dry weather ahead. No 90 degrees in sight. Wonder if Boston's ever going to reach 90 this summer. It will. Some news to report. The Dallas Cowboys re-signed Dez Bryant to a 5-year contract extension worth $70 million. No Major League Baseball games tonight, but if you're watching Major League Baseball Network, there's the AAA All-Star Game, and if you're watching NESN, they have the AA All-Star Game and stuff. And also there's the ESPYs on ABC, but I'm skipping that and stuff like that. This is kind of like the two like boring sports days of the year and stuff like that. I wish they could move the NBA draft to one of these days and stuff, but probably we'll see that when the new NBA television contract happens. And that's about it on news. My third and final video blog subject of the night. This is the return of a series I did last summer around July about Hall of Famers. If the certain players are Hall of Famers, I'm going to do it around July because this is when the time of the year the Baseball Hall of Fame and Basketball Hall of Fame and Pro Football Hall of Fame have their induction ceremonies around this time. And I'm going to preview a player from each of the sports for the next few weeks to see if they're a Hall of Famer. The first one I have is pitcher Jim Kaat, who pitched 25 seasons in the big leagues for the Washington Senators, Minnesota Twins, Chicago White Sox, Philadelphia Phillies, New York Yankees, and St. Louis Cardinals. Jim Kaat had 3 seasons when he won 20 or more games, 12 seasons that he flew 30 or more starts. He started 30 or more games 12 times. That's amazing. Some seasons he pitched 40 starts in a season, which is unbelievable because they only had 3 or 4 man rotations, and a lot of times he went with 3 days rest. 14 times he pitched 200 or more innings, which is pretty amazing. It's a workout course. You're lucky to see pitchers throw 200 innings. 5 seasons he had an ERA under 3. 2 times he struck out 200 or more. 8 times he had like 10 or more complete games in a season. 3 times he had like All-Star game. He pitched in the All-Star game 3 times. 16 times he won a Gold Glove, which is pretty amazing. He was one of the best defensive pitchers of all time. He only finished in the top 5 of the Cy Young voting once. That was back in the mid-1970s and stuff. One year he led the American League in wins with 25 in 1966, but that was the year they only gave one Cy Young to each league, and that was the year that Sandy Koufax won it in 1966. So like Jim Kaat was shut out, but if they had Cy Young awards for each league back then, he probably would get it in 1966. 1967 was the first year they did it for both leagues. And Jim Kaat's career stats are 283 wins, 237 losses, a 5.44 winning percentage. He had a 3.45 ERA, 4,530.1 innings pitched, 2,461 strikeouts, 180 complete games, 31 shutouts, and 625 complete games. Is Jim Kaat a Hall of Famer? His stats are kind of borderline and stuff like that. Towards the end of his career, Jim Kaat moved to the bullpen, and that really hurt his chances for 300 wins. If you get 300 wins, you're kind of assured a Hall of Famer. Plus, he wasn't that great of a strikeout pitcher and stuff like that. He only 2 times. He struck out 200 or more time. He was never in like the top 5 or like as best pitchers and stuff like that. He had like only like ERA under 3 like 5 times. He like gave up a lot of home runs and stuff like that, and he like had like longevity and stuff like that. And when he was on the Hall of Fame ballot, Jim Kaat in 1989, he he got like 25% of the vote, and all 15 years he was on the ballot, he hovered between 25 and 40%, which was nowhere near the 75%. He was dropped after 2003. His name's been on the Veterans Committee a few times, but he's not got the necessary votes to get into the Hall of Fame on Veterans Committee and stuff like that. And his candidacy, Jim Kaat, I think he probably might never get in the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee. It's kind of too bad, because he was a great pitcher. If he was starting the rest of his career, he probably would get the 300 wins that would have probably put him in the Hall of Fame, because they don't deny pitchers 300 wins except one, because that pitcher was suspicious of PEDs. That's Roger Clemens. That's about it on this case. Tomorrow I'm going to examine another case. This time it's about a hockey player. It's Ron Hextall, who was a goaltender for many years, and I'm going to examine this case. Is Ron Hextall a Hockey Hall of Famer? And tomorrow's other video blogs will be about the Great American Bash 2000 pay-per-view, WCW, from the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. The last WCW Great American Bash pay-per-view before they were bought out by WWE. And another video blog tomorrow will be about more MHS memories about Mr. Granfield's English class. He's a good guy, and it's some great memories from them. And keep calm, and I'm a Julie Bratton guy, Molly Rosenblunt of Fox 35 Rocks, and in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, this action will not be tolerated in BMHS. Good night, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. See you.